morning. Hello. Welcome, everybody. My name is Chrissy, and I'll be giving you a prediction reading for today, the 5th of August. Now, if you've tapped on here, don't forget to subscribe. And I also talk a lot about the Great Awakening process as well as the current global energies to help to guide you through some of this madness that we're all living through at the moment. So I'll just get started. Oh, and I also do a bonus reading at the end. I'll just see what comes up. I usually ask my guides. Yep, we're getting France today. So at the end of this, I will touch a little bit on France. All right, let's get started and we'll see what comes up. God, they're showing me the light switch is turned on. So for these people waking up, the light switch has been turned on. So they're now got the ability to see the truths and see through the lies and the deception of the media and all the government and parliamentary leaders that have been lying to them. The light has switched on. So it's almost like they've been in darkness and then someone's flicked the switch and boom, it's lit everything up to the point that you can't not see it. So if they can't see it now, well, they're not going to see it. That's what the guides are saying. I'll see what else we get with this today. And it's showing me like it's like in the morning when, like, say your mum comes into your room when you were little and turns the light on and you're a bit, like, dazed and you can't focus, you're a bit blurry in the eyes. Well, this is what's happening with these people waking up. They're like the kid in the bed kind of waking up. Their eyes are a bit blurry and they're trying to focus because the light's, like, really bright. And it's like they're kind of shunning away from the bright light. So it might take a little bit of time for these people to see things, but they've been seeing them. They've been opening their eyes for a little while now, but now the light is put on this, and this is great. It's like the spotlight's finally gone onto these lies and they're being exposed. And look, I know in Canada you guys are currently going through that. Trudeau's being exposed for the fraud and liar that he is around a lot of the things that he's been implementing about unvaccinated travel, I think it was. So we know that this light has gone on now for these people. They're being forced to look. So they just got to go through this phase of like opening their eyes. I talked about the cartoon eyes the other day. Opening their eyes right up so they can start to see with clarity. So this is definitely happening. The light is on and things can be seen because they're being exposed. I talked the other day about the whistleblowers and people coming forward telling their truths and having these truth movements globally. Well, that's definitely happening, and that's what's putting the spotlight on these things now. I'll just see where else we go today. And it is. People can't take it anymore. I talk a lot here about people that have been knocked over by government and dictated to and, just told what to do. It's just getting relentless now. Gosh, they're still talking here in Australia about the Mpox jab. And they've bought skillions and skillions of these Mpox jabs. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And we've got like apparently 40 cases in Australia. Ooh, big, let's put the fear in everybody. So these people can't take it anymore. They're sick of having to line up like little soldiers and do exactly what their government is telling them. They can't take it anymore. It's that being knocked over like the castaway on the beach that I always talk about. They've been washed up on the shore, bedraggled, but they're trying to get their footing. They're trying to stand up. And that's all we need them to do, is just to try to stand up against government. If they can get to their footing, they'll probably be able to push back. And that's what we need to happen. So I'm definitely getting that visual of them trying to regain their strength and power to push back against government. Let's see where else we go. Okay, well, these people waking up realise they've made a mistake. They've realised, not all of them, as we know, but a lot of them have realised they've made a mistake and they've gone down a road that now they're not 100% confident in. They feel like the government is taking advantage of them. I talked about it yesterday. They feel like they're being stabbed in the back. Well, now they can see that they think they took the wrong road. And it's like I talked about the other day. they're all trying to veer off the road now and take these little side roads and get off and go down another path, because they don't want to keep going down the path of, as we know, tyranny, dictatorship, being told what to do, having all your money taken off you, and having to do credit scoring. People are starting to see this information. It's spilling out to them now. It's starting to filter down to these people because they're asking questions. And as we know on my channel, when you start asking questions, you start to seem to, it's just the way the universe works. It brings information to you, and you start to receive information, or someone will talk to you about something, or something will just come up in your face and you go, wow, look at this. Who's Klaus Schwab? This is the stuff that is happening rather to these people now. The information is starting to flow to them, and they're starting to see the lies and the deception that has been going on. And that's brilliant. We need them to see it, because these are no longer our fights, because we're over here. I always talk about it. We're all over here just observing, the safest place to be in these current energies. I'll just see where else we go today. Gosh, this is for you watching my channel. The guides are showing us all at a disco. And this is interesting, isn't it? We're all at this, like, it's a disco, of course, from the 80s. I know all you guys out there love your music, but for you young ones too, you have school dances and things like that. You can relate to this as well. Even you older people as well, you know what it's like to have a good boogie and a good dance. So they're showing me this kind of Saturday Night Fever flashing check dance for, and we're all out there having fun, so we're all kind of boogieing and doing our like night fever dances, and we've found this joyous feeling inside of us, and they're relating it to like dancing. I know some of you do dancing in the kitchen. I even do sometimes. We put our music on and we turn it up. Music is this fantastic way to escape, and that's why the guides always give us music, because it triggers something in us. And it doesn't matter what your music is, whether it's the current latest hits on the charts, or it's music from the 80s, music from the 50s. It doesn't matter what the music is, but music ignites our soul, and that's why we get given it here so much. So they're showing all of us having this disco, I guess you could call it the Terabella disco. Oh God. And we're all dancing and having fun, and we're releasing. When you think of dancing, it's this releasing of energy. It's this just this uninhibited feeling. When you're dancing, you're just nowhere else. You're kind of really in that moment, and you're enjoying the song, and the music's kind of flowing through you. I mean, you only have to look at people when they're, for example, a singer or someone on stage, and I'm getting visions. This is just me because I'm a Justin Bieber fan, but like how the music flows through them. And it affects their body. You know, he's a really good dancer as well, and that's just an example. Might be someone like Michael Bublé. I love Michael Bublé too. So we all have different taste in music, and the music just flows through his voice. It's like this, and it permeates a vibration and an energy out to people. That's why, like, these crooners and that, like Michael Bublé or anyone sort of like that, they have an effect on people, as does someone like Justin Bieber with his rhythm in his body and his dancing and his singing. And they're just two examples that I've just plucked out of thin air. There's so many we could go on. Oh, look, Josh Groban, for example, the song we had the other day, You Raise Me Up. I know, Danielle, you're playing that on the piano. It's fantastic. And music has this vibration. So that's really what the guides are kind of showing. All of us at this like disco, and we could be dancing to whatever music. It doesn't matter. I'm getting a couple of songs here though. They always have to give us something to trigger us, don't they? I'm getting Saturday Night Fever with John Travolta. That's a memory for a lot of us. That was a great movie. If anyone wants to go check that out. And actually, that's pretty significant, because when I think of John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, if you're too young, you might have to go look this up. At the end of that movie, he was strutting. And there's this song at the end where he's really, it's Saturday Night Fever song, but he's strutting and he's got this confidence, and he's walking his sort of talk, like he's got this strut, and the music goes to it. Maybe look up that scene at the end, like YouTube, that song. And there's this confidence, and that's where we're at, and that's why they're showing us all at like this disco. We've found this like inner confidence where we're now sort of strutting our stuff and moving our life forward, and not in a cocky way. This is not in a cocky way. This is in this is just a good feeling way. I'm definitely getting that. And they're also even giving me another song by the Communards, Never Can Say Goodbye. And I'm not sure of the meaning. We might go, I love that song. Jimmy Somerville from Bronski Beat actually was in the Communards. And they're two really good songs to look up, because I think if we play that song today, we'll really get that energy vibe, and we'll start to feel like we're uniting. And that's what, when you think of a dance, even if you're young here watching my channel, you go to a school dance or a disco or anything like this, or clubbing, there's this uniting of this great high vibration and energy that everyone feels good. Because anyone out there who's a dancer or anything, you know that it's a very high vibe, energetic kind of career too, that uplifts your soul a lot. I mean, this is just the energy they're giving me. It's that coming together and that energy raising. And that's why they're showing me that visual of John Travolta just strutting at the end. I think it's just a scene I can't get out of my head. They just keep giving it to me. But this represents us. It's like we've had this big dance at the disco ball with all the mirror balls and everything. And it might even be people there in roller skates, as well. But they're the images that the guides are wanting to give you today. They want you to know that when you get energized, and that's probably by doing not just dancing, by doing the things that we love, whether that be that we're cooking or we're kayaking, playing guitars, doing all the things that we love, it energizes us. And then we can strut, because it gives us this unspoken sort of confidence that we can get out there and hold our heads high. And that's the image around this strutting. It's so cute. You have to go and look at it. One of my dogs, Sophie, we often joke around that she does the strutting a lot, because when she goes for a walk, she's like, her body language changes, and her head goes up, and she struts along like she owns like the whole town. And that's just an example of, that's her happy place when she goes for a walk. Everyone here knows my dog, Sophie. She loves walking, and that is where her confidence just comes up, and it energizes her. And that's kind of the message that the guides are trying to give us today. Just keep finding that joy in our life to keep our vibration up. I think it was you. Someone suggested I do a playlist on my music here, and I think that'd be pretty funny. I might think about that, actually. We could all just get tap on and play Chrissy's 80s music. Oh my God. Well, it's all our music actually here, because we're all together, but you will find it on my channel, but it's shared music. I thought that was a good idea. I'll see where else we go today. For some reason, they're showing me people ringing up on the phone, and it's like one of those old-fashioned phones with the dial, and you pick up the handle, not like the new phones, all these Apple iPhones and all this sort of thing. Gosh, Tesla's even bringing one out, and it's got solar panels on it. How brilliant is that? You can charge your phone up anywhere as long as you've got a bit of sunshine. But I'm getting this, there's this lack of communication, and it's saying like that's really died out, and we know it has, and that's a message like for us today, is that we've got to start reconnecting, and that's why they're using the phone. We've got to reconnect with people. And look, I have to say, we've been doing that a lot here on my channel, and I love the way that you guys communicate with each other. Gosh, there's some of you living in Canada and you don't live near each other, but you can communicate on my channel. I love it. I love that you guys connect with each other, because we're connecting with like kind. Because this journey has caused so much separation and division, but we've got to get back to that communication, but communicating with people that understand us. There's no point communicating with someone who's got completely different ideas, because you're just going to clash, and you're not going to move forward. See, it's by coming together, and I've always talked about it, and finding that similar people and that support, that we're able to move forward with our lives. And that's what I've always talked about on this channel, the blob movement, how when people come together, there's a movie called The Blob, if anyone's, it's from, I think, the 60s. And people keep coming together and sticking to this blob movement, and we're slowly moving forward, and the whole time this blob movement is growing, and it's just fantastic. And that's, you know, what we need, the representation of the phones. We need that contact again. We need to, like, pick up that phone and organize something, go and meet someone for a coffee, go and catch up with somebody. We need to have conversations. We need to have this human contact. And we know over the last couple of years that this has been the agenda, to separate and divide people, and they have done it to perfection. We have to all admit that we've all been through a journey of separation and division, whether through family, friends, co-workers. So many divisions have happened in society, but now we're at a point where we're strutting, but we're able to have that confidence now to create these things as well in our life and start to reconnect with people again. And that's a big message today. Maybe go to a disco or a dance if you get that offer. So go check out those two songs. I want you to do that. Saturday Night Fever and The Communards. Never Can Say Goodbye. That's a fantastic song, and I know it's going to uplift you today. Obviously, we're needing some uplifting energy, and I want you to strut. If you're going anywhere today, head up, confidence. Have that real confidence that you've made the right decisions, and we are leaving that past behind us. Doesn't matter what your journey's been. We embrace everybody here on my channel. Oh, God. I'll just touch on France now, and we'll see what we get for France. I'm getting Macron, and they're showing me Macron up on the stage, and he's shining his spotlight, his little spotlight, on specific people. He's still focusing on specific groups in the crowd, like specific groups in his country for some reason. He's still doing a lot of this, as we just said, a little bit of separating and divide still, but I do think this could be around the classes of society. It might even be that he's focusing a lot on that middle class and trying to take them down, because I'm still getting this separation and divide, like, for him, which is interesting that we just talked about that. But I am getting that for Macron. And it's not on a massive scale. It's very subtle. I always talk about him having this, like, maturity when he implements things. See, that's the difference. In Canada, Trudeau, he's rushed all of this, and now he's kind of being caught out because he went too hard too fast. Whereas Macron, he's a lot more cunning and a lot more manipulative, and he's a lot more subtle. But that's the maturity, see? So I'm definitely getting that. But he's still working on this middle class bracket in society and trying to take those people down. He's working on it slowly, though. It's not super obvious that he's trying to bring everybody down to a very low level. They're not, well, they are sensing it, but it's not as obvious as in some other countries, i.e. Canada, Australia. I'll just see where else we go with France. For some reason, France is, they're showing me people in France are really aware of their younger children. I'm not sure if that's around the jabs and they're a bit cautious. For some reason, these people in France are very guarded of their children. They're very protective of the little ones in France. And I also feel like this is about their future moving forward. Where's it going to take them? What's happening here? I'm definitely getting that. There's this real concern for that younger generation in France, which is great. We need that. But I do feel there is this real genuine concern about the small children. And it's on sort of every subject. It's not just, there's a bit about the jab, but there's more about their future financially and where's this all heading. So I feel like in France there's a lot of people really questioning things now, because the narrative doesn't make sense. We all know that. I'll just see if there's anything more around France. gosh, they're showing me like al fresco dining and all this kind of thing. But on the tables, there's this, I don't even know what it is. It's like a little stand, and it's showing me they have all these little flags in them. So there's the French flags and maybe some surrounding areas around France. And they're very patriotic. What they're saying to me is they're very patriotic. You'll see lots of signs and symbols in France about their patriotism. So I'm definitely getting that for you guys. You're very patriotic. And they're showing me those little flags, often seen around little villages and towns. There's a lot of flags and patriotism. Even outside people's houses, they might have the French flag, or there's this real connection to their countrymen. So you're very patriotic in France. Just let me see if there's anything more. I feel like France, you will fight the global elites. I feel like you will. I just feel like there will be movement there. I do believe there will be movement there. Because you're so patriotic, and they're also very aware of, like I said, the young children. There's a real nurturing and a real what's the word? The word is there's a real arms around the children. They're showing me these arms around the children. So there's like this real protection of the young folk in France. I'll just see if there's anything more for everybody now globally. That's a bit on France. And I will just see if there's any closing messages for all of us, all you guys watching my channel today. What is with the guides and songs? We must be needing to be upbeat today. They're going, go get your boogie shoes on, and they're giving me another song. They're saying Boogie Wonderland. I think that was Earth, Wind and Fire, wasn't it? And do-do-do, and do-do-do. That was a great song. Obviously, we're needing some real serious music today, but the guys are saying check that song out too, Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire, because they really want us to feel good today. They said we've earned the right to feel energized and to feel really good inside, and that they want us to do it today through music. Hang on, let me see if there's anything else to close with. And that's what they're saying. Don't be afraid now. It's party time. These things being exposed should make us feel rejoice. We have to rejoice in every little truth, that every little lie that's being exposed. And that's why they're so focused today on us having a dance, having a boogie, having fun, and just enjoying these simple moments. Whether that be 3 or 4 minutes of a song, it doesn't matter. But the guides are saying that we have to see all these little breakthroughs of truths and lies and deception that's coming out and being exposed, and the spotlight getting put on everything. We have to see it as such a positive, I guess, as something moving forward that's going to start to wake these people up, because they're like rubbing their eyes. Like I said, it's like the teenager getting out of bed or the kid getting out of bed. It takes them a few minutes to kind of get back into clarity of vision, but it's coming. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Clarity of vision is coming for these people waking up. Woohoo! God, I hope so. So look, I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Take care. Let's go check out those songs. Have a bit of a boogie today, guys, because we've earned this. We've earned that right to some happiness, and go and strut today, because that's what we need to do, because it's energy vibration. When people see you strutting, they're going to wonder what's happening in your life. And we're all still here. Like I say, we're a mirror reflection to all these people waking up. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below. Love hearing from you. Hit the like buttons. Strange predictions today, but maybe this is what we need sometimes to keep our healing process going, because it's very easy to get caught up in our emotions, sadness, griefs, loss of people, you name it. But now we're going to find some joy moving forward, and that's a great message I'm going to leave you with today. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye from Australia.